Hi, everyone. I
Hello.
know.
We're
Hey,
back.
everybody. This is G Brown. We have a phenomenal show for you today. I'm coming up with something different. I'm gonna take the thing for this show. Stay tuned, and here's why. Uh, Everybody has a segment, and every segment is different, and it is tailored to the actual feline. So you are not going to want to miss this episode. I'm telling you now. I'm going to start with our um news that we can use. And then that way, by the time everybody gets on, we will all hold on, share. And there we are, enlarge. This is short, so let's check it out.
Good day. I'm Rhonda at Carnivore Leo, bringing you news you can use from the community. In today's quick segment, we'll discuss the latest research on the benefits of the carnivore diet for mental clarity and emotional stability. Then stay tuned after this segment as we break down how your meat based diet can lead to a sharper and more resilient mind. I'm going to share a short video by Dr. Robert Kiltz regarding how carnivore can help alleviate ADHD symptoms. Dr. Kiltz stated that he has ADHD and can testify that a carnivore lifestyle can positively impact many of the symptoms of ADHD. This video resonates with me because my daughter suffers from ADHD and anxiety.
ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disease disorder. Have you been diagnosed with that one? Well, I have. And the question is, does keto and or carnivore help eliminate or reduce the signs and symptoms of ADHD? The answer is yes. What do you get on keto carnivore? You get enhanced focus and cognitive function, stable energy. I say increased energy and focus. Also, reduced hyperactivity and impulsivity, right? The keto carnivore diet positively impacts neurotransmitter activity, particularly dopamine and serotonin. Improved mental clarity and mental performance? Yes. Balanced mood and emotional stability. Reduced inflammation. Keto carnivore? Yes. Anti-inflammatory effects of keto carnivore have been studied as a factor in preventing Alzheimer's and may help alleviate ADHD symptoms associated with neurologic inflammation. Remember, inflammation in one place is likely in all places.
This has been Carnivore News you can use from the community. Thank you for watching.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, that was really
I
good.
agree. Yes. So I'm Laura from Healthy Carnivore. Thank you guys for being here, whether you're watching on the live or the replay. And also, if you have any comments or questions, please put them down in the comments and we will see if we can get to those. So I'm going to kind of explain my transition from what I had been doing at keto compared to carnivore. So keto for me, the first 26 years that I was doing it, and yes, 26 out of 28, I was doing clean keto, which meant it was single ingredient foods. I did very well on that. And then somewhere the 27th and 28th year is when the keto treats came out. Everything tasted, looked just like the stuff you hadn't had, for however long, and threw me off, made me sick, made me have a bunch of issues. So then I decided to change and go carnivore. So I actually started carnivore basically as just an elimination diet. I intended to just eliminate everything except for meat, fat, salt, and water, just to see what things I was reactive to. I knew I was lactose intolerant, but I still had to try. That did not work out for me. I tried things such as chicken, pork, other types of dairy. I can do some butter, but I have to do mostly ghee, and eggs. I can do egg yolks with maybe one, like three egg yolks to one egg white, that doesn't seem to bother me. But I try to stay away from all of those things. So I found that most of these foods were inflammatory or histamine producing for myself. So when I gave all that stuff up and tried to reintroduce those things and realized I'm not going to be able to because I felt so much better not having those things in my life, I did have about a 10-minute pity party, complaining that, everybody else gets to eat these things and it doesn't affect them and it's not fair and boo hoo hoo. And then I had to pull up my big girl panties and I said to myself, well, if carnivore is what made you feel better, I believe we're going to stay carnivore. And at that point, I decided to educate myself on the benefits of carnivore and start researching the doctors, different things that I had been taught in nursing school, but it was like on the back burner, like where keto and high fat was used to treat epilepsy in children in the 20s, 30s, and even into the 40s. But it was, like I said, back burner. They really didn't hit on that a whole lot. So I did that. And I just got to the point where I had to learn that food was fuel. I didn't look at it as I'm going to a party and there's going to be this beautiful, fabulous food. It was more of I'm going to eat this because I know this is going to sustain my body. It's going to give me the energy that I need and not give me a bunch of issues, histamine responses and things like that. Because as of today, and I've been doing this carnivore, I will be 5 years next month. There is nothing out there that I can't, that if I did have, that would be worth the side effects. Not one thing, nothing. So I just choose to not do that. Some people can do those and have some of those treats. And, maybe it doesn't affect them or it doesn't affect them as bad or they're willing to take that. I don't know. But for myself, that's just how it is for me. My second topic, which is my favorite, is lion diet. So, as it says, some people think that's taking carnivore to the extreme, which it is, because it is the strictest form of the carnivore keto lifestyle. And that is just ruminant meats, salt, and water. Like I said, occasionally I'll throw an egg yolk in there here and there. I do a lot of fat, but ruminant meats are animals that have multi-chambered stomachs. So when they eat grass and all the other things that we can't with the lectins, they actually break those down. They're able to break down the cellulose either between the multi-chambers or the added bacteria that they carry that we do not. That then converts like the beta carotene. Like if they were to be eating carrots, it would convert beta carotene into vitamin A, which is the form that we can use. Which is why I always say, if you're eating carrots for your eyeballs, good luck, because you can't convert a damn part of that carotene into vitamin A. But if you like them, keep eating them. So those animals, it goes into their meat, and then we eat the meat, and we get those we get those vitamins. So I can tell you, I just had blood work recently, and they called me and they were like, your vitamin B level is like off the charts. And I was like, yeah, I'm a carnivore. I eat ruminant meat. I was taking, there was something, benfotiamine, which is, I think, B3, which is like niacin. And I was doing that just for like the cardiovascular health with my family history. So I quit doing that. And we'll see if that brings it down any, but I doubt it because of the amount of ruminant meats that I do. So that is how I do the lion diet. And to also add to that, there are days I do 1 meal a day. There are days that I will do 2 meals a day. There might be a day I get up and I'm like, I think I'm just going to fast for 24 hours. And so I don't try to set myself up like I got to fast for 24, 48, 72, because I'll sit there and just constantly think about it. And with my OCD, I don't like to do that to myself. So I try to avoid that. The other thing I want to go into, which I'm sure if any of you are already carnivore or thinking about carnivore, this is something you may have thought of yourself or have had somebody ask you. Aren't you afraid of having a heart attack or a stroke? What about all that cholesterol? So first things first is the human body was created perfectly. And we have a liver in our body that produces up to 85% of the cholesterol that is free flowing in our bloodstream. What we eat, very little of that actually gets into there. So that didn't happen on accident. So cholesterol absolutely has to be there for a reason. Otherwise, we wouldn't have survived as a species. So when you look up the things that cholesterol does for the bodies, the first thing is our brains are up 65 to 70% fat. They're cholesterol. So that's, of course, going to the ketone bodies, the fatty acids all cross the blood-brain barrier for energy for the brain. So that's going to help feed the brain. Cell membrane. So if you think of your cells, there was a thing around them. Plants have a cell wall. Some of the insects have that. We have a cell membrane, which means it's very permeable. That is also made with fat. And then one of the biggest ones, especially people who have neuropathy of any sort, nerve pain, Parkinson's, ALS, MS, dementia, any of those things, all of the nerves in the body have a sheath over the top of them called a myelin sheath. It is a double layered lipid. It's a fat. So if you're a dude and you know anything, or girls, if you know anything about spark plug wires, they have a nice little coating on them. Or you could think of like your plug-in for your phone. It's got a coating over the wires. That's what we have over our nerves. And everyday oxidation through the foods we do, the drink, the lifestyle we live, the quality of our crappy air, all of those things cause oxidation, which is just little notches. Or you can have protein folding, which is kind of like what dementia, Alzheimer's looks like. They're little protein plaques. So the way to fix those is to get the cholesterol to those areas. That's also part of our immune system. Starts almost all of our secondary sex hormones. I think it doesn't do anything for the insulin, but we can utilize the fat, the fatty acids, and the ketones for every single process in our body except for red blood cells. Red blood cells are the only thing in the body that actually require any glucose. And even if you're not taking glucose in, you don't have to worry because, as I said, our bodies were made perfectly. And there's this little thing that your liver does called gluconeogenesis, where it will convert into glucose to send out for the red blood cells. Every other body function absolutely can be done with ketones. And it will actually be a cleaner burning, longer fuel source than your fast carb sugar. That gets you there quickly, but then it peters out. It's done. So I just have found that eating this lifestyle gives me longevity when it comes to energy, when my moods, cleared up my cystic acne. I don't even have scars from my cystic acne, and it was horrible. Not as a teenager, but as an adult. So I have found for myself that this lifestyle has helped me in tremendous ways. And it continues to every day. I'm like, oh, I don't have that. And, I'm taking care of patients and they're younger and younger and younger. And of course, the older I get, they're going to get younger. But these people are actually not much older than my oldest child that I'm starting to take care of. And they have such severe metabolic disease that is absolutely treatable. But you have to gently walk people to a place where they're able to make that transition. And it really does have to be something they want to do. And I have found that most people have to get to that place where they're in pain or it's costing them something, a body part, a digit, a finger, or whatever it may be. They're losing something in order for them to make these changes. So that is what Carnivore has kind of done for me. And as I said, I am lying for like 16, 17 months now, I think. And I see no time of me stopping either one of those if I can possibly help it. So what about you, Robyn? What do you have?
Hi, everybody. It's Robyn here and here. This is your carnivorous grandma. So glad to be back here again tonight for another segment or another evening of Meaty Mondays with the Fierce FeLions with my girlies over here. So tonight I have two topics. The first one I want to just reflect a little bit about my carnivore journey. So it's been 15 months that I've been carnivore now. I started on February 22nd, 2023, and it's been the most game-changing, life-changing decision that I have made so far from a dietary perspective. So I've had so many amazing benefits, but I do want to talk about lessons learned. And when I think in terms of lessons learned, I always think about the three questions that we ask when we do our lessons learned sessions on every project. And that's what went well, what didn't go so well, and what can I do better? And so for what went well, I mean, I watched Dr. Berry, and I know I've said this probably feels like a million times, but I watched Dr. Berry go from keto to carnivore, and he was doing so amazingly that I decided to try it. I guess I didn't really have any expectations. Like, I didn't expect to get I wasn't like looking for specific health benefits or anything like that. I thought, well, maybe it will help clear up my eczema, I've had eczema since I was a baby. So, from a health benefits perspective, though, I had some amazing kind of things happen. It did clear up my eczema. So, I'm hearing from everybody that a lot of autoimmune diseases or conditions are being really alleviated, put into remission through a carnivore, even a keto way of eating. Sleep apnea, I have it still a little bit, but compared to where I was 15 months ago and where I am today, it's so much better. I have a list here. I'm like, okay, so brain fog, you guys, I didn't even realize I had brain fog. I didn't even know what brain fog was until I realized that I didn't have it anymore. And it was like, oh my gosh, it's like the skies have opened up. I can see clearly. That brain fog was just something that was like hanging over me that I never even really realized was there. I got rid of acid reflux. For the most part, if I eat something that's a little bit iffy or off, sketchy, like some smoked sausages and stuff like that, sometimes I'll have a little bit of a recurrence. Or if I eat way too much fat, then I'll have a little bit of acid indigestion. But not having to take like Tums or something like that every single day of my life. The hand eczema is finally looking a lot better. So this took about, I don't know, what is it, 15 months? Probably took 13 months before I started to see this starting to resolve. It's called dyshydrotic eczema, which I was thinking, well, maybe it might not resolve. But when I get to what didn't go so well, we'll talk a little bit about that. So, a depression, anxiety. I had this sort of social anxiety that I didn't really realize that I had. I always would say like I'm shy, which I'm absolutely not shy. You guys could probably tell that I'm not shy, but I always feel more comfortable around people that I know. So when I went to the meetup in Chicago, I realized that my social anxiety is so much better. I mean, I was I said I was channeling my inner mom, because my mom is a social butterfly. She is so friendly, so outgoing. And I was like, oh my God, I feel comfortable just talking to everybody, walking up to people and introducing myself and things like that. So that was something that was really different and like shocking. I wasn't expecting it. The other thing that I will say was super shocking was the fact that my seasonal allergies seem to have mostly gone away. I will call it like 98% gone. I have had to take allergy pills a couple of times. Today I had one sneeze. But when I think about how I've been so allergic to everything, every season, I have to take allergy pills every day, once or twice a day, all my whole life. I was always taking Benadryl. I take Benadryl at night, and just allergy pills multiple times a day, because I had such terrible allergies to the point where as a kid, we used to go on hay rides, and I knew I was allergic to hay, but I would go on the hay ride anyway because everybody's going on the hay ride. It's going to be fun. And my eyes would swell up till the darks of my eyes the pupil of your eye doesn't swell. The white part swells. So guess what that looks like? It looks like a tunnel in your eye when your eye swells up like that. So I had terrible, terrible allergies all of my life, and I have not had to deal with that this spring season. So that's something that is really, really cool. So I have lots of health benefits that I can mention, but I want to mention about the community, the carnivore community, which seems to be so fantastic. Although we do have some people out there that will get on your head if they think you're not doing the right thing. But I always say, don't be too dogmatic. But the community is amazing. There's 32 people in here with us. I'm just so thankful and grateful for each and every one of you guys that are here supporting this channel, these channels, and these ladies and myself. I started a YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel, but I wasn't doing anything with it. And I started this channel, and it was like so surprising that I'm doing that. To me, it's surprising that I'm doing that. Interviewing people, talking with people, and just talking about the carnivore diet because it's so absolutely amazing. So let's go on to what didn't go well. What didn't go well for me was lion diet. And I know Laura's like, lion is amazing. It's amazing. And I believe that it is, but I didn't do well on it. I went on it for the month of February, and we all did. All 5 of us went on the lion diet for the month of February. I was not able to stay on it more than 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, I didn't feel good. So lion diet, really at this time, I feel like it just wasn't for me, but maybe I'll try it again in the future and see if it's for me later. But if I add a little bit of seafood, or if I add a little bit of something else, then, I do eat mostly beef most of the time, but just eating only beef and only lamb did not really work for me. Giving up coffee did not go well for me. I thought if I give up, I was hearing amazing results from people. They're saying coffee, I gave up coffee and it was like amazing difference. I felt great. And, I didn't really get that benefit. So I decided that I would bring back decaf, which is what I did. I enjoy the coffee. I enjoy the, time with my husband. We sit and talk and we drink our coffee. I enjoy that with the family and all of that. So I do drink the decaf coffee. I did not bring back the full caffeinated coffee. Weight loss. So even though I don't consider the carnivore diet a weight loss protocol per se, it does have the benefit of weight loss. However, I lost like 20 pounds and over the course of 15 months. And I'm like, okay, so what's happening with the weight loss? So that brings me to what can I do differently? So I just interviewed with Coach Bronson, and he talked to me about tracking. So if you know me and you watch my channel, I'm adamantly opposed to tracking. I feel like it gives me a little bit of crazy that I don't really want. But he said to me, slapped me upside the head with, you fail at 100% of the things that you don't track. Got on my nerves. Sorry, Coach Bronson. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and start tracking so that I can see, what am I actually eating? What are my macros looking like? And I realized that my macros were completely off. Like he gave me a calculation for how to figure out your macros, and it was like 1 to 1 of your fat, and then your protein, and then your fat and carbohydrates. So I'm technically supposed to be having I did something. I'm supposed to be having 0 carbs, right? So it should be 1-to-1 for fat and protein. My stuff was not right. It was not right. So I did that calculation today to see what do I actually have to eat in order to get this 1-to-1 ratio. And am I actually having carbs? And I'm going to do a video about it because I'm actually having more carbs than I thought I was. So that was kind of a shocker. So, and then the exercise piece of it, that Coach Bronson interview, Darth Carnivore Charlie, it was so good. It was so enlightening. So I definitely highly recommend it for everybody to watch it because it was really good, because he really talks about the benefits of exercise. And especially me, I'm getting ready to turn 58 on my birthday in July, and I want to be able to stay healthy and active and still be able to move. And I realize that my movements are being restricted or constricted by this bad knee that I have. So I was asking him, what can I do? And he's like, you have to work out. You got to build up the muscles, because you got a bone on bone knee there. So build those muscles up so that you can still move and do the things that you want to do. So as far as improvements are concerned, or what I can do differently, my commitment to exercise, you guys, oh my God. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but it's something that I need to do. And then, so the 2 things that I really dislike doing, tracking and like being committed to exercise, are the 2 things that I need to do differently. So my second topic is I want to talk a little bit about bringing carnivore to the Black community, Black and people of color. So this is this actually has become like a passion project for me, my YouTube channel, and the work that we're doing out here, talking about the carnivore diet, talking about the proper human diet, the spectrum of between keto and carnivore, ketogenic diets in general that are just so beneficial for the body. So my thought was, when I first started looking around, and if I would have found what I was looking for, I probably wouldn't even have a channel right now. But I looked on YouTube, I searched for anybody out there that was doing a carnivore diet that looked like me. I could not find it. And, I'm sorry, but, I'm a Black woman. So I am concerned about the African American and people of color communities in general, because what I see and what I hear from us, the fact that we really, really value the information that is coming from our doctors. And we want to do what's best for our bodies, but the information that we're getting is off. So they're telling us that you need so many carbohydrates. They're telling a type 2 diabetic that you need to take insulin and you need to eat carbs. Now, what kind of sense does that make? It doesn't make any sense. So my thought was, I will go on YouTube and I will just talk about it, talk about the stuff that I'm learning. And then I wanted to interview medical professionals and health practitioners in particular. And then also, us, the regular people, all the stories that we're telling about the amazing benefits that we're achieving. So I saw this gap. I could not find any Black people out here doing it, male or female. I did not see anybody. There was a lady named, I think her name was Edie or Ide, the Black Carnivore. But her channel wasn't active anymore. So she wasn't making any videos. Now there's a few more African American people that I see. But if you look around you, look at the panels that you see. Be honest with yourself. When you look at these panels that you see of people that are talking about carnivore, do you see very many people of color? And I don't. I do not see it. So my job, or my passion, is to make sure that this message gets out to everyone, gets out to the whole world, And I want to make sure that that I'm telling the story. So, meeting with those medical practitioners, because we really value what they have to say, and then also talking to all of you guys is just absolutely incredible. So I'm trying to fill the gap. And I'm hoping that, as I continue to grow and I continue to learn more, that I will be, highly effective at bringing this message forth to the community. And that is my objective. All right, G, you're up.
All right. So let me just explain to you guys. Well, I was trying to say hi to Priscilla. I hope I spelled your name right. The show tonight, we were just pulling in from everyone what I felt when we first started. Laura is our nurse. Robyn reached me when she, her passion on why she started her channel. And then there's us. So we all had some topics. And so for me, you guys, I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary for Carnivore. The 1-year anniversary for Carnivore. And I look back over this and I remember when Frederick and I first started the channel, and we were, and I see this for a lot of people. Hey, I see this for a lot of people where they'll turn around and say, "We're doing this. We're doing this for 30 days. It's an elimination diet, and then we'll add some things back. Do one thing at a time." Just went through this entire. We didn't add anything back. We really okay. Shh. Shh.
He's going to see it.
He's gonna see it, G.
Don't do it. Do
Y'all
not.
know I can't hold water. Y'all know I can't hold water. What am I supposed to be talking about? Y'all know I can't hold water. Okay, the Carnivore couple. Life with Frederick on a meat-based diet. First of all, Frederick started.
I agree.
Frederick started the diet 2 days before I did. All right, so we'll start with that. If you watch our channel, you know all what he went through. Me being supportive, it's like, okay, I was vegan. Then I just said, you know what, bump it. I'm going to join you. And this was like 2 days later. But I couldn't stand the smell of beef. And I think that's another reason, Laura, why I just really couldn't make lion. I did do more lamb, but lamb is real gamey. So there's just so much for me that I could do in regards to the lamb. And didn't know where to buy some goat or deer out of the store. I don't even think they sell deer. I think you almost had to get your own deer. And they sell it.
You can get it at lockers. So if you have a meat locker, a lot of times they will sell deer meat.
Locker, is that the name of the?
It's where
we don't have that.
Really? Nowhere.
Girl, I keep trying to tell people I live this close to the largest military base. Please tell me why the people and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I started this with him. So how has it been? Number one, it's easy when both of us are doing it. It's like you know. And now it's to the point where the kitchen pretty much, he eats once a day. So he kind of goes in, does his thing. I'm the multiple time, but I pretty much have it where all is well, except all that grease. Oh my God. I go through some paper towels. Dawn and paper towels. All right. Look at there. Kalamazoo got one, and doggone it, I don't. Let me write that down. I'm a look. I'm telling you. Anyway, what I have found, one of you, I think it was Laura that talked about. When I think of cheating, I'm going to say on this diet, I don't do. And here's why. My why, whether I realized it or not, I was doing this to support him. And honestly, just trying to lose a couple, 2-3 pounds. That I had no idea of my ailments being gone. That blew me away. I had no idea. And so because of that, I really don't cheat on this. And the reason why is because my pain level. See, that's what people, it's like Laura was talking about. You might have to lose a limb or something like that, where you just kind of get to the point, okay, I do need to make a change. I really, really do need to make a change. That's where you are. For me, y'all don't understand the pain that I was in. I recorded him, but I should have like set the camera up so you guys and I could not even reenact, show you, because keep in mind I'm smaller now. So I needed all of that trying to move around, and that was debilitating for me. So a few months ago, early in, I had some barbecue sauce and I was in pain for 2 days. And then a little bit later, I said, let me just change this up. No. So I feel food just like it hurts. And so that's not what I want to do. What I enjoy over this past year is meeting people. Hey, Nia's way. Thank you. Thank you. Meeting people, getting information, but then also coming up with my own mindset. And what I've come up with is, for me, I know it won't come in the aspect of food because of how food sets me off. Now, I'm not perfect, and people know when I vacation, I will have like an espresso martini. I'll do something like that. But I also know I can't do too many of those because depression will set back in. That's how the alcohol did that with me. So you have to decide at some point, this is your walk, your life. I know it's difficult for you to understand that when you walk into a grocery store in America, that all of that stuff was not designed for us to actually eat. They did it, but we're not supposed to. I'm working on a video right now. It's like, go with me on this. Maybe y'all can give me some help. I'm breaking down pasta Alfredo. Alfredo sauce is good. Pasta, and you can add your own meat to it or whatever. When I say break it down, you normally see the end result. What's actually in pasta? What's actually in the meat? I mean, not the meat, the sauce. What's actually in those things? Because see, your body is here ready for you to put fuel in. But then all of a sudden, we put things from the middle aisles. All right. The box stuff, I keep telling you that a chef did not create that, chemist did. And so we're finding new ways to make the noodle, and we're finding new ways to do all of these things. And so now you put it in your mouth and your body is like, look, this your body looking for meat. And then it like throw that off to the side and it's looking. And then when it's all said and done, you'd have had them 2-3 little pieces of chicken or something, not a serving, none of that. You'd have put all this other stuff in it. It doesn't know what to do with this. It all starts when on my video. Hi, honey, how are you? It all starts. It all starts on my video where I'm talking about inflammation. All right. And so you wait till you just even see the video, because inflammation is actually our friend. One way. If you get a big knot on your head, it's going to get inflamed and all, for the redness. If you get hit in the arm, inflammation, your gums, if there's bacteria and inflammation will come there. We call it gingivitis, right? I even think about, we're not supposed to stink. So odor, think about it. When you take your shoe off and that joker smells, That's because something is in there. That's not what's supposed trash when it just sat for a long time. That's not what it was supposed to be. And so it's like that with our bodies. You're not to be inflamed. So when you are inflamed for a long period of time, we just talked about it. Alzheimer's, glaucoma, uh what
Diabetes,
uh
kidneys,
come on, spit them on out.
kidney disease, hypertension, stroke, all of them.
All of this inflammation. And why are you being inflamed? So we have it here. Now let's backtrack. Why is my body inflamed? Because of what you are putting in it. Your body has been looking for a steak and some fat, but you're putting everything else in it. And it just realizes over the years that that's what you're going to do. So it's taking those other ingredients, it's finding places to store it. The lymphatic system, your gut. I ain't never in my life heard this many people that have issues boo-booing. You know what they told us? This is what they told us growing up. Don't sit on that concrete long, you'll get hemorrhoids. Am I the only person? Like, baby, that's what we were told. It's like, okay, you sit down out there on them steps, because all our steps in the Midwest, we didn't have wooden ones, it was concrete. All right, you sit on there for a long time, that's how you're gonna get them hemorrhoids. And we just like make stuff, pull it up out our tail. Why? Because somebody somewhere was sitting on the steps, went in, and because of what they ate, something happened. Now they done went and said, I done sat on them steps all that time, my hemorrhoids thing. And now we done turned around and said, and then we told somebody else, because here go another one. Don't eat watermelon and go swimming. Robyn, no, that's why she over there laughing. You know how many times you had to sit on the outside of the pool because you couldn't jump your butt in and that's
You're gonna get a cramp. You're gonna
get a cramp. You're gonna get all of this stuff. No. Here's your body. This is on the inside. It's like, knock that. Oh, there goes some meat. Here it comes, y'all. Here goes some fat. What is that? What? It's doing that on every meal. Every meal.
There you guys go. Yay.
All right, come on.
Welcome.
Yes, there you go. Grateful. Come on, Aries. And I'm assuming you was born in 66. So you that Gen X, you understand everything that I'm saying, right? And so with that, you are trying to have this wonderful life. Well, I'm getting ready to tell you right now, I understand younger folks. No, I don't, because look, let me contradict myself, because when I was your age, I didn't have those issues. But nope, let me contradict again, because after talking with Dr. Bright, finding out shouldn't have came on your cycle at no 12 and 13. You really weren't supposed to come on to your cycle. You like 17, 18. Well, let somebody come on their cycle at 17, 18. You think something wrong with them, right? No, there's nothing wrong with that person. And then when she turned around and said to me about menopause is there to save your life. You can't keep having babies forever. You have to be around. So all right, here you go.
Carnivore after dark.
Yeah, I know. Come on, squeaky toys. That's squeaky toys. I don't know. And you 59. Come on now. You know them numbers be meaning something. All right, so here we go. Maybe I need some dark glasses on so you don't see my eyes. Let me see where the number is and where it's going to jump down to. So listen to this. I think that, and I was in this position, and that's the reason why I did the cabbage diet. I did the smoothies. I did all of those different things because I really wanted to be around for my kids and my grandkids. And so they saw me try so many different things. Well, baby, now, honey, I done found it. Okay. It's a shame you can't get on the floor and play with your grandkids. It's a shame that you can no longer do piggyback rides. It's a shame because I can't see none of y'all, and it's all up to you. It's a shame that your stomach, men, your stomach is so big. See you from behind, then turn around, turn to the side. I just want to say, when is the baby due?
Well, that's better than what I thought you was going to say. So
Me
I know
too.
that's
Me
that
too.
carnivores after dark. That's the carnivores
Yeah.
after dark. We just gonna stick with that part because I kid you not, you are destroying your body. And then this what they talk. I gotta say, and then you still be trying to have sex. Oh my God, stop that. Anyway, so now we're going back to women. I one of the things I had said when I dropped something on the floor. Now I used to be big, right? I would have to spread my legs and hope nobody like behind you to turn around and bend down and pick something up off the floor, right? A lot of us don't want to look at ourselves naked. A lot of us don't want to see the damage that we've done. It is time. Look here, we are in May. You getting ready to miss out on 2024. Some of us might not even make it to the end. Do something different. It is so time. You was looking for a sign. Here's the sign. Right here, we got the sign. This is the sign. There's so many things that we cannot do anymore. You have to be around. If you have experienced death and it really affected you, well, why you finna do that to somebody else? Do all that you can to not die right now. Do what you need to do. Your pressure is up. I've seen the numbers drop. I know doggone well people don't want to turn around and hear this. It's like, oh, I ain't trying to hear that. I know you don't want to hear it because I'm here trying to say you need to eat animal products. Your body is literally dying trying to get them. For everything that they told us that we're not supposed to do, that's pretty much what we are supposed to do. But see, that means that when you walk into that store, we actually have to realize that all of those things in there, why are they exposing us to that? Then you say, what kind of country are we living in? I tell you just which one we doing, right? And so you have to see what is going to work for you. All right. So this is like our corpus card. What is my second thing? In this, what was my reality versus my expectations? I had no expectations in this diet. I was hoping, because I was on my road to 60. I turned 60 in July, and I was on my road to 60. But then January of last year, I thought I had to go and find an electric wheelchair for my husband. And I'm like, oh my God, this has taken such a turn. We were so excited about turning 60 together, and this was not the plan. And so doing us not having to buy a wheelchair, and now we're able to do all of these things together. We're able to travel. We're able to, it's a lot, and we are in good condition. We're learning about our bodies. We have not arrived. We have not arrived. We don't know it all. But what I do know is that the change that I have made has made a huge difference in my life. In his life, it's like in the grandson. My grandson, 14 years old, I'm on the basketball court with him, my husband and I. Right? Now, I ain't make all the baskets. Why? Because back when I was fat and stuff, I wasn't out there trying to practice no basketball. I said, oh my God, I don't even recall. Look, forget it. I just put it together and just threw it. I had no skills, right? I was a cheerleader, but I was out there. We walked there. He doesn't have to turn around and pick stuff up for me. I'm the youngster in this. So why don't you want that too? I'm saying to you, whether you watching live or replay, this is the sign that you were looking for. We come on here, and when I say to you, every week, we just have such good everything. I've had a wonderful week. If y'all don't follow me on social media, go and look. Baby, I had that dress on. Did y'all? Yeah, thank you, love. Did y'all not see? Huh? I had that dress on. I felt good in my clothes before too, because I just knew how to suck it in, put the undergarments on. Well, now I'm nice and relaxed. I feel good on the inside and on the out. All right, we're taking our lives back one day at a time. No one else can do that for us. Thank you, Susan. Get your life back. So I was born in 1964, and I've been doing a lot of this Generation X and looking at different things. And so 1964 technically is the last year for the baby boomers. But that's like my mom and them. I'm more with the Gen X. I was the latchkey kid. I was all of those things. I was we had the 8-track player, we had the CDs, we did the Walkman. Some of y'all might not even know what I'm talking about. We had everything wasn't wireless, honey. I had we had that long cord from the VCR, right? Ooh, and if somebody had recorded over your show, come on now. If somebody had didn't record your show, or the power went out and messed up because you knew you wasn't gonna be at home and you was trying, I'm trying to watch my show now. We've gone through so much. There's a resilience about us. All right. And now that you know, because I didn't told you, and then Nurse Laura didn't told you, and doggone it, Grandma, look, I just saw his face. I said, oh Lord, Grandma, Robyn, our carnivorous grandma has have told you. Other channels that you're watching is telling you it's your time. It is your time, and I'm done.
Can I add one thing?
You can add it all. Come on here.
Okay. So I was talking to a veteran who's, of course, retirement age today, and I've been slowly talking to him and his wife about, different ways of cleaning up the diet. And I was getting ready to leave today. I was discharging him, and he was like, I'm going to miss you because I've learned so much from you. And he says, what's one thing that you could tell me that would help me change my mindset? And I said, okay. Because as you see what my shirt says, I will not comply. I'm one of those people. So I don't like the government telling me what to do. And I wore this a lot back in 20 and 21. So I'm not a big fan of being told what to do. And especially when I know they're poisoning us, they're okay with it. They're making all this money off of us. So I said, one of the real reasons that I actually changed my lifestyle was because, for one, I like motors. I love cars. I love rebuilding motors. And I'm like, you have to have the best stuff inside to make it run right. So that's how I look at the body. We are a temple. And I said, but my thing is, I'll be damned if I'm going to let them poison me by me eating their shit food, taking their shit medicine to give them money. The hell if I am going to give them that. And so my thing is, I ain't going to give them that power. Yeah. And he goes, and he's a Vietnam vet. So he's one of the vets that came back and they got treated like horse crap, even though none of them was like, yes, please send me there. They did what they were told to do. And so he was like, oh, and boy, you could see those bells. And I was like, mm-hmm. So, he's already cleaned up some things, but I was like, I think that struck a chord with him of, if we continue to eat this junk just because it looks pretty in the box, or it's cheap, or it's whatever. And I understand there are people that are on a very tight fixed income. I work with those people every day and show them it absolutely can be done. It is still a choice. But I just think if we could show, and if people would just give it a try and look at it from that, even if you do just have to look at it from that I'm not going to allow these people who allow our food supply to be poisoned, our skincare products to be poisoned, which I'm going to be doing a video with Adrian, and we're going to be going over the poisons and stuff like that are in the skincare products. So all of that is something that I think if people would look at, don't give the power to these other people, because they don't have our best interests at heart.
No, it's to me a money thing. But let's talk about that for somebody that is watching. Let me just say this, because someone ran into me, because this is normally how you see me, besides the pictures or anything like that I post. You can find me on Instagram. You find me, yeah, Facebook, TikTok. I watch more TikTok than anything. But anyway, so she actually ran into me and she was like, "Oh my God, you look even better in person." And of course, thank you. But then that's when we had the conversation about meat is expensive. Okay. No. When I say to you all of the stuff that I no longer buy, that's number one. And then I said, you know what, guys? We want the fattiest meat. Well, that's the cheapest meat.
Cheapest.
So I know you can go to Sam's, you can go to any. They put the hamburger meat in a big old tube like this that you could turn around and get that. And you could now you might have to cut it and freeze some of it, because that you won't eat all that fast. But I'm just saying, you get that out. I prefer you to find, I'm like Dr. Berry on this one. I prefer you to find a okay. I prefer you to find a inexpensive meat. I don't care if it's bologna, hot dog, smoked sausage, tuna, sardines, yeah, potted meat, anything. You just turn around and I prefer you. Of course, you're not gonna do that like all the time. Meat is a health investment. That's right. That you turn around and do versus that bag of chips. And I know y'all gonna look, that macaroni and cheese, because that was my favorite.
My jam. That was my jam.
Baby. And then Chick-fil-A act like they knew what they was doing. I would even drive
Right.
through there.
What?
Oh my God. And
What
look at it. And if I got it, wait a minute, y'all, let me tell you how bad I was. And if I got it, and look, I hit, and it's right there, I would go back and say, "Oh, y'all left some room. This costs too much. Put all my macaroni and cheese in there." And they like, "Yes, Miss Brown." Yeah. I don't miss that at all, because what did I gain? I gained my mobility. I gained pain-free. I gained medication-free. I gained a smaller body finally.
Just think of the money you saved.
Healthy, huh?
Just think of the money that you saved, though, and that's what I like.
Wait a minute,
people
Laura,
I'm
before you
working
go,
with.
because I know that Robyn had a question. Go ahead, Robyn.
Oh.
You wanted to throw that?
I didn't have a question. Oh yeah, there is a question. There's a question.
Oh, you have a question for her. Go ahead,
There is
Laura.
Yes. Go ahead.
And then
Laura.
put it in. I know I had
Yes.
highlighted somebody's question.
Yep.
Go
So
ahead.
if you think about like this, meat's expensive, but you could do one meal a day. You can get fattier cuts, like you said. But when you think of, well, this is too expensive. Well, I beg to differ, because that box of cereal may be dirt cheap, but the damage it's doing to your body, you cannot, some people can't even recover from it. But even if you do, I'm a nurse. I go in these people's homes, and the health costs that they are paying, whether it be, like I said, losing body parts, so sick, but they are spending $300 to $500 a month easily on medications, and that's with their insurance paying their part. Well, hell, I don't spend that in meat a month. I can guarantee you I don't. So, and look for sales. So
Yes.
It's not.
Go ahead and answer this question.
Yeah. So I think everybody has a different level of electrolytes and salt that they need. I will tell you, when I first started this, I did not do the salt and electrolytes, and I went into carnivore going, I'm going to do a 5-day fast. I got out of bed and I'm like, I'm like, up right now. And I went down on the ground. Now, luckily, my bedroom is as big as the postage stamp, so I didn't have anywhere to fall to hurt myself. There's no extra furniture in there. But I did. Yeah, I didn't hit my head on nothing. I'd have come up with a much better story anyway. I've been like, that was from the headboard anyway. Which, But anyway, I did have to do a lot of salt. And like I said, I'm in my going on my 5th year. I just within the last 2 weeks, I forgot to add salt to my water that I drink. I do several of these all day long. And I thought, and I'm actually not having any leg cramps. That was something I used to have. So that's why I'd increased it. So I think as your body heals, I do think you're going to get to the point where you don't need as much of that. I've heard Dr. Chafee talk about that, but I don't think he had a lot to heal. Let's just be honest. Let's look at
Right.
it. Okay. Right. He's a pretty good specimen of a human being. I don't think he needed a whole lot of healing going on there. So he doesn't use salt. Because when I heard him first say that, I was like, I have to. If I go without it, I get leg cramps and all these other things that happen, and lightheadedness and stand up too quick, and my blood pressure would drop. So like I said, I think everybody, you have to kind of try it out, see if you feel better when you're doing electrolytes, or if you've gotten to the point where you don't need the electrolytes. But I do think everybody's a little bit different, whether they're keto, ketovore, or carnivore.
So for me, I've been doing this for 15 months, and I still need electrolytes because I still get leg cramps at night if I like stretch out, and if I haven't had enough electrolytes, my legs will Charlie horse, my feet will cramp up. And so I know that I still need my salt and electrolytes. But I imagine, how long have you been on, Laura? 6 years? 5 years?
It'll be 5 years in June.
5 years. After 5 years, maybe I don't no longer need electrolytes. But, after 15 months, I still do.
Yeah. No, for me, this my new water thing. And so I fill it up with ice. My electrolytes are probably to about right here, and the rest is water. But I use the flavored one, all because there's just sometimes I need the water to taste different. But if I get the water out of that little machine thing that you told me that put that water, oh God, that is like the best water on earth.
What machine? Why do I not know about this?
What is it called?
Hydrogen water.
It's hydrogen water, girl. You push that little button on there, and you can see slight little bubbles going up, and it's actually in the refrigerator right now. And I go and
that's what I put in here every day for years. I just didn't know you didn't all know about it.
See, there we go again. Well, and let me just say this. Yep, Frederick, he will do that. So here's the great part about, I know, Susan, here's the great part about eating only meat. You get to eat as much. I don't count calories. It's not like I need to lose weight, so I need a hamburger this size. No. Yeah. If you want 10 hamburgers, eat the 10 hamburgers. You just don't have the lettuce, tomato, the mustard, the ketchup, the pickles, the onions. Wait, you don't have the all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun. You don't have that. See, no. That's only a Gen X. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on the sesame seed bun. That's my era. Because we didn't have TV and stuff. They told us about that, and we walked around and did it.
Yep.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, just not like reaching on back. Okay, so eat as much as you want, and it doesn't have to be the same meat. It can be, you can have a steak, you can have a pork chop if you want, doggone it, you can have a steak, you can have a lamb chop if you're trying to do all ruminant. You can have a piece of some deer sausage if that's what you want. It is just, this is like the best ever
meat.
Yes. And it's fulfilling, and it's all of that. I even went and got braces because oh yeah, she's talking. Yes. Oh wait, I used 2/3 pack. I'm like 2 to 3 packs. What? Okay. Yes. Oh, it's been 90s where
she might need 2 to 3 packs a day in the 90s if she's sweating a lot,
Absolutely. Yep.
Is that 2 to 3 packs, or is that 2/3 of a pack?
I think that's 2 to 3.
Because if you're sweating, working out, all of that, I don't need to do that because I ain't doing that stuff right now. That's another thing. So I'm like this, but I'm getting ready 2 to 3 packs. All right. I am y'all gonna see. I can't turn around and say you're gonna see what I look like. It's gonna be in the must. Wait a minute. Wait.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
There you go.
What is going on?
There
Yeah.
you go. You better come on. All right, guys. What you got going, Laura?
I'm doing more of my shorts, and I'm not sure this week when I'm going to do the video with Adrian from the Lioness. I'm going to do one, and we're going to go over like the poor ingredients that are added to our skincare products, which is what prompted me years ago to start making my own. So we're going to go into a deep dive on those, and it is going to blow your minds when you know what is in those products. And if you ever look at some of them, like I looked at one the other day, holy crap, I got good eyesight. And I was like in the light, and I took my phone, took a picture and blew it up. You still couldn't read it. I was like, they don't want you to know what's in there. But when you go to their websites, then you can get to those ingredients, which is what I did. And I'm shocked by what's put in our food. I'm more shocked at what is in our skincare products, shampoo, deodorant, makeup, the whole 9 yards, which I hate to say that for people who like their makeup. I know, but I know, but somebody needs to
because you
come
know
up.
what? I saw Robyn fingernails. I was like, oh Lord, put your fingernails down, because they was talking about that on the other show.
I know they were. And I was like, oh, okay.
I don't have any on. I normally don't, but I'm finna decorate. I'm finna decorate mine for my birthday.
Yeah. And I think if you do it occasionally, it's just like anything else.
My hands are in the water too much, so and
it's
you
not
want
gonna be something.
look, you want cricket gel. What?
Yeah.
You want cricket gel. That's why you don't have no boyfriend, honey. No, I just do my feet.
That's why you don't have a boyfriend.
That's right. Oh,
I love that joke that lady All right, wait a minute.
Angela.
There we go. Magnesium. All right, you click it. You click. There you go.
I take magnesium glycinate, potassium with iodine.
Me too.
Yep. D3. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now with the D3, are you taking the K2, Susan? If you don't, I did a video on that, and I've discussed it several times, the importance of taking K2, D3 together. So if you have any questions, just reach out.
Yeah, go and do with that one. What about you, Miss Wait, Laura, you finished? Wait, for everybody, Laura's website is going across the bottom. It says Russell Brands with a Z square.site. You did get my order, didn't you? I know.
I set everything out this morning, but I got 5 more today while I was at work, and I was up. Nice. I'm gonna tell you, I am working my fingers to the bone. I was making lotion till 8:30 last night.
No, listen, guys, the summertime is rolling around, and I'm rolling around. The summertime is approaching us, and Laura on her website, tell her what I just ordered from her, because I got the lotion and all that. I just ordered the tooth powder, your deodorant, and I ordered something. Oh, the tincture that you have.
Yep.
Yeah, because of that sore throat and all that crap. And you're like, oh, you need this elderberry. Okay, well, it's in the Midwest. So now it's on its way. To turn around into, let me see. Look, she just received hers. She said no, she's not taking the K2 with the D3, but she's gonna watch the video. Very good. Yes. So, all right, go ahead, Miss Robyn.
So I don't take K2 either, Laura, with my D3. I take a very high dose of D3. So talk to us a little bit about K2 and why we need it, because do I need to order me some?
Yes. So K2 and D3 need to be taken together. People who have osteoporosis, I've had several of them over the years, and I was one of them. I took the calcium, I did the D3 in high doses, and my bone density did not improve at all. If anything, I was going actually the other direction. And I finally was like, dude, what is going on? I went and talked to my doctor because I had 3 compression fractures in my spine, my thoracic spine. And I went to my doctor's office because, hey, I'll call you out. It was wrong. And he was like, and another physician was there who was trained in India. His name was Dr. Pawar, loved him. And he was like, you take calcium? And I said, well, yeah. I said, he told me to. I pointed at him. He's right there. He told me to. And he says, you got children? I said, yeah. And they were younger kids at the time. He says, take home, put food dye in, shake up, sidewalk chalk, useless. Goes to your coronary arteries. That's why you women are catching
both
up.
with our mouths open. What?
Yeah. But he literally said that's why the women are catching up with men with cardiac, like heart attacks and strokes, is because that calcium is junk calcium and it's going to your arteries and it's not going into your bone matrix. Well, that's what K2 does. It helps pull that back from those arteries and places that you have arthritis, because calcium gets built in those areas too, pulls it out, puts it in the bone matrix, and helps that vitamin D get it put into the bones.
Gotcha.
And the teeth.
Great. I'm going to.
Okay, what's D3? Yeah.
D3 is actually a hormone. It's called a vitamin, but D3 is actually a hormone. But you want the K2, vitamin K2. There's 16 forms of vitamin K, because a lot of people are like, I can't take K because I take a blood thinner. Well, you can, because it's K1 that you can't take with a blood thinner, but K2 does not work on the clotting cascade. But those two together, one is a vitamin, one is more of a hormone. That is what helps bring the calcium out and into the bone matrix, because that's only a little piece of all of the minerals that make up your bone. You got phosphorus, manganese, everything, all of it, magnesium, and that all goes together. So that is what you need to do. Everybody should be doing that. And you really don't even have to do high dose vitamin D at that point. 5,000 international units a day with 100 micrograms of K2, plenty. My boss did it for 3 months. Her vitamin D finally got into the normal range, and they were like, oh, how'd that happen? We forgot to send in your script for that extra high dose of vitamin D for the last 2 months. Oops, they forgot. And they were like, how'd it go up? And she was like, well, I started doing this. And they're like, oh, that's not safe. And she goes, oh, that's why my D levels are perfect. So,
okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good. Thank you so much.
I put too many Michelle's in there. I was replying. If you guys saw, I was replying. They asked about the cruise, so I'm gonna tell y'all. Look, right now, honey, my birthday cruise is coming up. I don't know what's planned. My husband has going to surprise me, but right after that, guys, Frederick and I are having our 20-year anniversary. Yes, 20 years.
Right.
And with that, we will we're inviting everybody on the cruise. Now, one of these days, I'm gonna say I got 10 spaces available that I'm paying for. I'm putting that out in the atmosphere because, and it's going to be for people who's never cruised before, because I just love it. I love it and enjoy it. There you go. Okay, go ahead. I just needed to get that over in there. Go ahead and finish yours.
So I am going on the 20th anniversary cruise. And just so you know, there's just a few more days left to pay for your cruise. So please come and join us. We'll be so excited to meet you and have a great time on the cruise. I'm so excited to go.
So let me just say this though. Yes, because if you're doing it now, the cruise line wants you're going to have to pay. All right. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay, very great. So I'm trying to do daily shorts, continuing that on. I think I missed one day of what I eat in a day on my daily shorts. So I'm just trying to continue to do that every single day. I interviewed Coach Bronson Saturday, and that interview was so interesting. I've got a whole page of notes here of the notes that I took. And I do plan to do videos off of that video because he gave so much good information. I'm going to be pulling out little tidbits of that. I'll do some shorts out of that. And then I also want to do some videos myself. So I'm planning to do a video talking about how to calculate that macro thing that I just talked about, your 1-to-1 ratio.
There you go.
Now you figured it out.
You did it. Okay. 1-to-1 ratio. So I'll do a video on that. This coming Saturday, I am super excited because I'm having Nia from Nia's Way. I'm going to be interviewing her on the channel. And then I want to mention about Hack Your Health. So we're going to Hack Your Health. G and Frederick and I will all be meeting up at Hack Your Health. I'm super excited about that. We will be doing lots of fun things, but I want to mention about healing humanity, the power of a proper human diet. So I'm part of that team that is working on putting that documentary together, and I'm so excited about the upcoming meetup. It's going to be on Sunday. Hack Your Health is in Austin. If you're not registered for that, register and go to Hack Your Health. And then on Sunday evening at, I think it's 5 to 7 Austin time, we're going to be doing a meetup. And that's going to be so much fun. They're also going to be premiering a video about the documentary at Hack Your Health. And Carrie is going to be giving a talk. And so Carrie from Homestead How, if you guys don't know him. So I'm very excited about Hack Your Health. And you can see my post on my channel, and it gives you the link for where you can register.
All right, there's a question for you. Is Red getting some of your time?
No, ma'am. No, ham. I'm sorry. Red is not getting any time. Red is my Peloton.
Uh-huh.
I know
somebody called you out.
I know y'all was thinking something else, but Red is my Peloton. I haven't been riding the Peloton because I hurt my knee again. So yeah, I've been walking and I'm getting ready to try to do some strength training, but I'm not doing any Red right now. But yeah, Simpson, you're right. You called me out, and I guess I do need to give her a little bit of time because yeah, she probably
just go slow.
Me.
Nia will be at Sunday's meetup as well. And you say so sorry in regards to, is that it what's going on for you? Did you call it all out? You got it. I'm working on a video. I have been the last 2 videos with Dr. Bright. Ladies, if you know anything about me, when I had her, I asked the questions. As a matter of fact, she's willing to come back. On there, we talked about iodine. I did actual test. You go on and watch the video. I kept it under an hour. I told her I prefer to have a powerful video of 30 minutes than us just sitting there talking for an hour. So iodine we covered. I showed you, I actively did the test during the show. And today was my last day. I got 2 days off, 5 more days on. Go on and see what that's about. The other one that I have up, Dr. Chafee and I did, he interviewed me. He showed his version. They're the same versions, but no, they doctored theirs. I just showed the video. And that's available as well. And I just have to crack up because my husband was watching it, and I made Dr. Chafee just like at some point, he was like, oh my God. Yes, because I was me on there. I'm actually interviewing, Frederick and I were interviewing Adam. But see,
Nice.
Adam, wait a minute, but Adam think I'm going to talk only about the carnivore diet, and I'm not.
Of course not.
I'm ready to get nosy.
He doesn't think that if he knows you, G.
Okay. And so I'm super excited about seeing. So next week we will be in Texas, and I am Hey Meeting Wellness. I'm super, super, super excited to meet a lot of people. Please note, if my face is in resting face, do not look at that as, oh, she looks mean. I could be trying to not smile anymore because my braces and lips are rubbing each other. So you know what? Give me the benefit of the doubt and come up to me and hug me anyway. Yep. So hug me anyway. All right.
Yes.
All right. And until next week, guys, thank you all so much. This was good. Until
Yes.
next time.
See
All
ya.
right.